Pessoal, bom dia. Hoje eu estou aqui com uma convidada, uma artista que eu digo assim, artista completa. Ela é musicista no grupo Vevac. Ela tem um estúdio de tatuagem. Ela é uma artista, né, da área de handpoke, islandesa. Ela, inclusive, ela tem vários projetos, inclusive um festival também que trabalha com esse lado de arte nórdica e também outros elementos desse festival. Eu vou passar, né, no caso aqui, a palavra para a Habba, que é, sem dúvida, uma artista assim, fantástica, que trabalha também em outros setores, e eu não poderia estar mais feliz de ter trazido ela, né, para ser nossa convidada aqui hoje. Miss Nero, thank you so much for being here and for doing this interview. It's an honor receiving you here. You have a unique style in your tattoos as a person too, and this is fantastic receiving you here.
Well, thank you so much for having me. I'm excited.
Just for start our interview, I'd like to asking you, how does your interest in the world of tattooing, especially the Noctidem of the Viking Age, begin?
Well, it started when I was a kid, honestly. In school, we learned a lot about our Viking heritage and the Nordic culture and the Nordic mythology as well. And that was something that really captured my interest. And tattooing, it's just like, since I saw my first tattoo on somebody else when I was like a kid, I was just mesmerized. And I remember my mom got her first tattoo when she was about like 35, something like that. And she came home and she showed me like her tattoo, and I was just like, what? Oh my God, that's amazing. So that combined has been my interest since like I was just a very young child.
Oh, that's fantastic. So you saw your mom doing tattoos in her body, and you say, oh, I need to experiment this. This is amazing, fantastic. Oh,
Absolutely.
that's cool. I think tattoo is a type of art that I really love too, because we can explore many expressions in our bodies and doing beautiful things in these draws, and that's amazing. I have to agree with you.
Amazing. Yeah, sorry, my cat is behaving badly, so I will take the candy away from her. All right.
No problem. So, as a handpoke tattoo artist, could you explain what this style means and how you apply it in your work?
With the handpoke method, I apply it in the work. The style is very personal. So for me, my style is my style, and then other artists might use their style. But with the handpoke method, because I dot it in dot by dot, it gets this like interesting texture, which I really love, and it kind of it makes the process slower, so you're appreciating it more. But different styles come from different people, so.
Oh, it's very nice. It's different because hand poke tattoo is a type of tattoo that it's difficult. So nowadays, because we have the machines, the tool, and it's we don't have, I think, a lot of artists in this segment, and this is different when I saw an artist doing this nowadays and bring this type of tattoo for in this world that always is technological and mechanical. It's very fantastic seeing this type of art of tattoo, of doing these tattoos.
I agree. Just taking your moment, staying a little bit in the moment rather than trying to like fast forward into something that is just a piece on you, and just be there together and enjoying it, and yeah, realizing that the dot by dot is part of the process, and that's why you love your tattoo so much. It's like the process as well.
Oh, that's amazing. And I see you have a vast collection of black and white artwork. And have you ever ventured into create colored art? In your view, did art in the Viking Age only use monochromatic art, or was there color? Even though we don't have concrete evidence of tattoos in that period, but what do you say about this expression of Viking Age art tattoo?
I think the Vikings were very fond of color. I think they loved using color and everything, and obviously because the colors have faded over time, we can't see like exactly what type of color they had in their sculptures and in the woodwork, but there have been some evidence of different styles of colors. With the tattooing, I highly doubt that they used colors in their tattoo, because making ink that's safe for your skin is a little bit more of a process than using just black ink, which you can make from charcoal and safer substances. So color in tattoos, I highly doubt it.
Oh, that's amazing. Have this perspective. Because sometimes we only saw in some series or some movies that the only black tattoos was seen, but this is a new perspective that to have that colors may be part of the tattoo world too in the Viking Age. And do you experiment colors in your art too, or you prefer the only black tattoos?
I prefer using black ink. I love color work. I love color tattoos. It's just not something that I resonate with. So I might use a little bit of color if the client requests it, but it's usually like one color, and I add a little bit to already black tattoo. And sometimes I use white ink as well.
Oh, that's amazing. So that and you are tattooing what when you are tattooing how can I say what kind of feelings do you like to express through your art, and how do you develop a piece that evokes the Viking Age? Your art contains unique and very interesting forms that I haven't seen before, and this is amazing. So your traces in some points, that's fantastic. How do you do this?
Thank you. I don't use any rules when I'm tattooing. So my Viking style tattoos are inspired by findings that have been found like all over the world, and mostly in Scandinavia, of course. But I never like copy and paste it. I always do my like own flair on it. So what I do when I'm drawing it on, I usually draw it by hand straight onto the skin. And maybe I use a reference to keep like on one side, so I'm like kind of like looking it over and getting like inspiration from it. But I never copy, and I always do my own thing. And think that's why my style is a bit different from other Viking styles, I would say.
Oh, that's very different. Your style that you incorporate in your art, because we saw many lines that working and doing things that sometimes I saw. How can I say? Snowflakes, and we have appearance of what name of this figure? I don't remember now. Have a name is sometimes they call this um oh my god, how can I remember?
Happens to me all the time.
Yeah, have it in your website when we enter, have
Oh,
this.
like magical symbols, like
Yeah,
stay. Yeah,
yeah. It's amazing because they remember this figure that I don't remember the name. Have a name of this figure, do you?
Vegvise, probably.
Vegvisi, yes.
Yes. That's a
Vegvisi,
very,
and
very, very known one.
yeah, and I saw a lot of this in your tattoo, and you dismembered this figure and doing many figures of parts of that, and this is very very fantastic to saw. In your neck, I saw that you have probably inspired by the Yggdrasil of the tapestry.
I've actually never thought about that. That's an interesting way to interpret it for sure. Like, I love that. I love that idea.
It does have
Yeah.
a tapestry of the Viking Age that have an probably is a tree that was Yggdrasil, but has the same shape of that was your neck.
Oh, that's awesome. I love that. Yeah, I use magical symbols a lot. So what I'm mainly inspired by is the Icelandic magical staves, and those were like they were made roughly in the 16th century. So they're not from the Viking Age, which is a common misconception. They were created all the way from like 15th to the 19th century, and we're still making them today. Obviously, I'm making lots of new ones, and that's something also that was taught in school, and I resonate very hard with the magical staves. I don't know what it is about them, but if you look at them, I'm sure you can feel the same feelings.
Yes, that's amazing. So that's these elements in your draw because it's different. I saw many artists of the Viking, but you have a unique style that you use in these figures in your art. And we know that the Nordic world in the of the Viking Age is surrounded by meanings and figures, both real and mythical. When people ask you to create art, which figures are most popular, and do they request a more traditional style with figures from that era, or a more realistic one?
I wouldn't say that people request anything realistic of me. Like, I have done a few pieces, especially from Nordic mythology, which is a little bit more realistic, but it's always kind of abstract as well. Because of the dot shading method, it's well, I can do realism if I wanted to, but it's just I don't get lots of opportunities to. I would love to. But yeah, I do mostly figurative kind of creations, and I would say the things that are mostly requested of me are Nordic mythology, um, just any sort of inspiration from that, or Icelandic magical staves, and often that's combined together, which I really enjoy.
That's fantastic. And one of the figures, do you think that many of your customers like to tattooing? Do you think ravens are more chosen, or gods, deities, or what do you see more that you go and searching for you to do in the bars?
That's a good question. I get so many different types of requests, and usually how it starts is they have like a vague idea in mind what they want to do. And then the process when they come for a tattoo is that we sit together, we have a nice cup of coffee, we just chat about it and see, like, I see why they want to have this done and what sort of um, what sort of hopes they are getting for the tattoo. And then we work on it together until we make something more concrete. But I have done many gods from Nordic mythology. Um, I have done lots of like Fenrisulfur, for example. I've done that. I've done yeah, lots of god masks, and just there are so many different variations. I can't really pinpoint like what's the most popular because I enjoy it all.
Yeah, that's very cool because we saw that we have a lot of difference in your tattoos. We have tattoos that are symbols. We have tattoos that are figures. I saw one that was black raven, very very unique and beautiful. This raven I saw in your portfolio, and this is fantastic art. It was brilliant because the shape of the raven as how can I say, he's similar to a raven but have elements that remember the old and traditional art of that period, and this is fantastic.
Thank you.
And we had many events around the world with both medieval and Viking themes. And the opportunities for tattoo artists to attend these events have only increased. How is it for you to participate in these events? Do you feel more comfortable tattooing in a studio, or do you prefer traveling to gain new experience in this field? And how do you see the tattoo scene in all these events?
Well, all these events, I absolutely love them. I love attending them. I love meeting new people. I love meeting old friends. It's my favorite thing to do is to go to these events. I do prefer to tattoo in a studio just because it is nicer. Like you have your own routine, you have your own things. But I also love tattooing in these events because often I tattoo people who are not aware, for example, of the hand poke methods. They're not aware of like the Icelandic magical staves. And I get to introduce myself and my art to new people around the world. So I absolutely love tattooing at the events as well. Um, I think it's a really, really, really nice way to get tattooed. So if you're ever at one of those events and you see like a really good artist and they have their portfolio, I highly recommend grabbing a quick tattoo.
That's amazing. When you go to these events, I have a new different an experience because probably it's one of the, I think, segments that was very increased in that time, because the events want have more and more tattoo artists for experiencing elements from what is in that festival, and medieval and Viking age elements or one of presence that people love to have in their bodies, and principally of Viking age symbols, Valknuts, or as I said, figures like animals that represent Norse mythology, wolves, ravens, and this is fantastic. So that we have this experience when we go these events. We have the opportunity to have these tattoos with great artists, and sometimes, as you say, flash tattoo or tattoos that was very rapidly and quickly to do, and this is amazing. So that we have this much more experience in these events. And for you, what kind of events do you think that was you like more to participate? Sometimes you prefer some, how can I say, events that have more similar familiation with the Viking Age, or you participate of events that are very variation?
I participate in all sorts of events. In my friend group, we have like a very tight knit group that is all around the world. We've been making events here and there, and those are my favorite to participate in because we are all quite nerdy when it comes to Viking age things. So usually when we meet up, we have lectures and we learn from each other, and we are showing each other like what we are working on and what we have found. And those types of events are definitely my favorite because we have bits of different things in it, like workshops, and we are figuring out like, oh, okay, how to make a yellow dye, how to make a red dye to like dye your shirt or something. And that's so fascinating for me to learn different things. So at events, if it has any sort of workshops and lectures, I'm there for sure.
That's fantastic. And how does the activity work in your tattoo studio? Can you tell us a little about it? About how you operate in your studio? How is your studio? Can you tell a little about your daily work with the tattoos?
Yeah. My studio is called Örlög. It means fate in Icelandic. We run it together, three of us, like three women, and then there are a few other women working with us as well. And it's just very calm, beautiful studio. We wanted to make a studio in an environment like we want to be tattooed in. So there's lots of plants, lots of fairy lights. It's very beautiful. And the client comes in, and like I said before, we just have a cup of coffee or some water, and we sit down and we just chat about their expectations and about what they're hoping to get out of the tattoo session. Sometimes it's just, I just want to get a nice picture, like a nice tattoo, and that's totally fine. And other people come with lots of emotions and they want to get it for a reason. And I love hearing about why people want to get tattooed. So like when I'm sitting face to face with them, I love hearing their stories. Then we prepare and we start drawing on the body, and we draw until both of us are satisfied. So I might draw a design and the person might say like, oh, it's not really what I pictured. It's like, yeah, that's totally fine. We'll just do it again and we talk a little bit more about like how it is. It doesn't happen often, but it happens sometimes, and that's absolutely totally fine. And then once they are happy with the drawing, we start the process, and then we're just taking our time listening to good music, and it's all very cozy.
Oh, that's amazing. So have with you more two tattooers artists, female tattooers artists, and that's fantastic. So the business is you have can I say you and hers have these you together put this how can I say, to create this studio of tattooing artists, or the idea was of you to create and call them and say, oh, let's doing tattoo artists with only females group with artists. How this idea is begin?
I was at another studio for about 10 years or over 10 years, and I love that studio. It's called the Icelandic Tattoo Corporation here in Iceland. It's one of the oldest tattoo studios, and it has fantastic people, it has fantastic owners, and I was super happy to be there. But me and my friend Strega Artist, that's her Instagram name, we were working there together. She came there from Czech Republic about maybe, I would say maybe 2 or 3 years before we opened our own studio. And we connected in a very special way. And we found out that we are very similar, and we don't do well with noise and lots of distractions. And because that studio was a walk-in studio, there was always something going on. There was like lots of people coming and going, and lots of different musics. There was a bar below us, and it was just a lot. And then we both decided to get diagnosed. So we both got diagnosed with autism, and I also have ADHD. So lots of like distractions is a bit like, for us. So we're like, okay, it would be nice to open a studio where everything is calm and just very sensory friendly. And that was the idea we had, both of us, because as much as we love the studio, it was a little bit much with sensory overload. So that was the idea.
Oh, that's fantastic when you say this part that you and her have ADHD. I have too, and saw that your studio have this, how can I say, this ambience for people like me and like you. It's fantastic because sometimes, how can I say, tattoo machines, the sounds, the noise, and people talking a lot, and we say, oh my god, this is so much, and saw that they have this space for people have this condition, go and doing a tattoo with an ambience tranquility is fantastic.
It's
It
very
is.
calm. Yeah. Yeah, you
So
might
that
be able to handle the tattoo machine if there's not a lot of different things around as well. But everything combined, as you know, it's just a little bit like.
mm, yeah, it's a very great idea that you and her have for creating this ambience for people that have ADHD. It's fantastic for doing tattoos, and you have this stability, tranquility when you are doing a tattoo. What can I say here? Out of curiosity, as a tattoo artist, did you take any course to become a professional in this area, or did you develop the skill on your own? The detail int piece is truly impressive when we saw your art. Do you have some course to start tattooing, or no, it's ability that you develop by your own way?
I learned hand poking roughly. Like I started playing around with it in 2013, and that was after I met another hand poker who has been hand poking since the 90s. And his name is Buff Conkers, or was Buff Conkers. He has transitioned since, or she has transitioned since. And I learned under her for 4 years, I think. And she is very, very talented in what she did, but she didn't have the Nordic elements in her style. So she taught me how to hand poke, and I learned a lot from traveling around with her and just seeing different tattoo artists and learning more from other artists. But the Nordic style kind of came just with time. So like once I was hand poking, I was doing lots of beginner style tattooing. So I was basically doing whatever ideas people would come to me with, and I love doing that. But I'm so grateful that I've been allowed to develop my own style, and that has just come like naturally throughout time. So I learned under the guidance of another hand poke, I would say master, and then developed my own style.
Oh, that's amazing. So you did a course with this artist, and you developed your skin of hand poking and doing this tattoos of this probably style in studio. This is amazing. And you develop the screen of draw naturally, or you learn in something. How is your process to draw for?
Since I could hold a pencil, I've always been drawing. I was always sketching and doing, and I was the quiet ADHD kid that was sitting in the back and like just doodling the entire time. So all my inner like chaos would always appear on the paper. So with time, I went to art college. So I studied art in college, and then I got into the Iceland Academy of the Arts, and I did 1 year there before I found tattooing. And after I found tattooing, I was just completely obsessed with it. There's like no turning back. So after the year was done, like I'm so grateful for my experience there. I decided like, no, tattooing is definitely for me. So I've been doing art since I can remember, and drawing. And learning different mediums has definitely been very interesting. And I hope to learn lots of different mediums in the future as well. And I just love using my hands for everything. So, but the tattooing is so special because you get to work with other people and doing something that's so special to them, and it's gonna be on their skin for life. And that's just incredibly, incredibly interesting and amazing to get to do that. So like when you're working with maybe a canvas or something, the canvas isn't alive and it isn't talking, and it doesn't have their own like personality and their own opinions and everything. And so it's completely different to work with tattooing.
It's fantastic. It's an experience. Probably, I was really curious about that because I am an illustrator too, and I was thinking, oh my God, what is the experience if I tattooing a person and doing some art? It's a thing that I was very instigate me sometimes because it's a very challenge, I think, because when you illustration or doing some draw, uh, you are doing some elements that you have the paper, you have the, but put this in the skin. What this is the experience for that is, I think it was completely different world, I think.
It's terrifying every time because you want to do your best and you want the person to be like as happy as they can be. So it's like, oh my God, like, okay, let's tattoo your skin for life. No pressure.
Yeah, it's amazing. And um and in the world of tattooing, all three already have a good number of women tattooing. Um, it's still a small number compared to men. You hardly hear about female artists in the Nordic handpoke segment. How do you analyze this scenario? You are one of the first artists I met who dedicates herself in the sector of North tattoo, especially handpoke.
I I think there are so many women in the Nordic handpoke that are like I have many friends that are hand poking and focusing on Nordic tattoo art. Like just a few that come to mind. So Violetta in Denmark, Chesh pokes in Denmark. I think yeah, Morild also in Denmark. Ellefolk, she's Danish, but she lives in Iceland. Um, I know that my friends Kaya Body Art and Mila Rainey, they both hand poke sometimes, and they use machine most of the time, but they hand poke like fingers and small like runes and or small creatures. There's also Drakkar Tattoo. She is in Belgium, and she loves to do Nordic symbols as well. So I think if people don't know about like female artists that hand poke and specialize in Nordic, they might just not have like they might just not have bumped into them yet. But those are only like a few that came to mind. And so I think we are quite like power women in this hand poke section of the world. And so yeah, I would definitely recommend just checking all of them out. They're all amazing.
Oh, that's fantastic. I did this question because I really didn't met a lot of women in hand poke tattoos. As you say, this all these names, I feel, oh my God, have a lot of artists, female artists in this segment, and you are one of the first that I met when I saw internet your work. And for me it's fantastic to know that we have much more in this area, because I only met a lot of men that doing hand poke art, but women is difficult that I remember the names of that I saw. But as you said me, it's fantastic to know that we have a lot of us doing this uh, style of tattoo and this style of art. It's fantastic.
I agree.
And um, you are one of the organizers of the Sorcery Festival. Could you tell the channel audience a little more about it? It's worth mentioning. I've seen several photos and videos, and I really want to visit.
Oh, you
It's
should come. You should come. Definitely. It's definitely my baby, this project. This is one of those events where it started because the friend group I was talking about earlier, we love to meet in different countries and just get together. So Sorcery Festival started as a small kind of, it was supposed to be a small get together of a few tattoo artists and different people in the group, and we were just going to get together and have a few lectures and tattoo a bit, and that evolved into this big festival that is in the west of Iceland. It's in a place called Holmavik, where the witchcraft museum is. if people know about that, I highly recommend going and checking it out. It's a very cute little museum. And this is kind of just snowballed. So what the Sorcery Festival is now is it's mainly education. So we have many, many different lectures. We have workshops of just, it's different every year. We have music, so it's different bands coming and playing. We have like a very nice ritual which is based on an Icelandic ritual from Norse mythology, and it's where we have a big fire, and we are doing different rituals, and it's quite fascinating. And we have like a parade around the town where we're like leading a witch to the fire, but then we end up freeing the witch because we need empowerment for our witches. And then we have the museum and a tattoo expo there as well. It's just my favorite thing ever. We're taking a break this year, but next year we'll be even bigger and better. So I'm very excited, and I hope you can come as well. I would love that.
Oh, that's fantastic. I would love so much to see and go to this festival, because when I saw it, I think, oh my God, this is my place. I love these things. I love about sorcery in the Viking Age, about the Volfas. I love these images and ideas that we have in the Viking Age, and this type of sites of the use of the magic and the rituals. I think this is amazing. When we have this in festivals too, it's, I think, that is so fantastic. I go to some festivals here in Brazil, but I was very excited to saw festivals in other countries too, because have this other type of how can I say, experience, other ambiences. And in Iceland, I think the things were very different and very special, because we have this scenario and the place that was part of this historical process of the Viking Age. And this, I think, it was totally different experience.
It's really fun. I definitely recommend for everybody who wants to experience just it's like a family coming together, and like everybody I've talked to that has been a complete stranger coming and visiting, they've felt included immediately, because we're just it's not a big festival. I usually limit the tickets to like 100, around that. So it's always very special, and the town is very small, and it's lovely. You should come.
Yeah, I was very excited to go to a festival in that countries, Iceland or Norway, Denmark. I was thinking, oh, I need to go one day in these festivals. And one of the most fascinating things about your career is that you are complete artist, in my opinion. And besides creating art on skin, you are also part of Vevak as a singer. What do you like to be part of a project like this, and are the challenges of balance both jobs?
Ooh, yeah. So our band Vevagi, it's a three of us in this band, and one of them is my husband, who obviously I live with, and then his name is Sigurboði, and then we have Will Hunter, who is the founder of the band, and he lives in England. So it works for us because we can all record in our own home studios and then just sync up the work together. So it works very easily. When we are traveling, it's a little bit of more of a puzzle piece. So now at the moment we are focusing less on live events, and we're focusing more on creating something new. And so it poses some, it's a balancing act. But I do lots of different projects, and I feel uncomfortable if I'm not doing a million things at the same time. So
Yeah, I completely understand. Sometimes we want to have a lot of things to do. I have this same thing on me that I want to do many projects, many things.
And then you're thinking, why did I say yes to all of this?
Yeah, it's the same sensation, and this is fantastic because it's a very unique project, and you are part of a record that was have many artists. We have I think have Heilung in this record, and many other artists that A were or have a lot of artists that was with of you. Dan High, I think, was part of this same label, record label of this project, Vivac. And this is fantastic because we have a lot of these artists that doing other activities, but they creating music, and this music is review a lot of some experience from that past that we have with the Viking Age, and transform this into music, the poems into music, and it's beautiful. I saw some videos of Velvak, and it's amazing. So this video clips was beautiful ambience, beautiful songs, and the voices are fantastic. And your husband have a beautiful voice.
Yeah, they both do. We work really well together. Like our voices very harmonize very nicely together.
Yeah, it's amazing. Your voice and with his voice is fantastic when put together. Is amazing to this project. um, as I was questioning you, Levak is a great band from the catalog of the acclaimed season of Miss Label. What your experience has been like with the group? Any future releases on your next plans remain, or sometimes some things are remain a mystery? What's the plans with the bands you have for the future?
Well, it's not a secret at all, but we are working on our next album and we are very excited. Actually, once we are done with the interview now, I'm gonna go and record some stuff for another song. So I'm very excited about the next project because the album that we did before, Fortspege, that was we were more focused on how it would sound live. So we were making sure all the voices we could sing would be like what would be heard on stage when we sing it together, and like the drums and the instruments that we use, like it was very focused on live performance. But because we're not too focused on live performances in the future, we are basically just doing whatever we want on this album. So we are mixing it however we want. We are like doing lots of different new things, and it's so much fun. And the next album will be focused more on Icelandic style and like Icelandic music from back in the day. So we have um, poems called kvæði, where you are kind of like you're reciting poem but like in like this rhythmic way, and that's how the stories survived throughout the ages because people didn't know how to read or write, so the only thing they had was memory and telling each other the stories throughout the ages. So they would do it in this kind of like reciting rhythmic poetic kind of saying. So like they would tell their stories that way. And that's sort of what we're getting lots of our inspiration for the next album. And I'm very excited.
Oh, that's fantastic! It's a thing that I never heard. It's the first time that I knew about this type of poem, because when we think about Iceland, we think in Eddas and sagas, and it's a different way that you say about these poems, and I think it would be a very different record, and I was very excited to hear.
Me too.
um have you ever participated in reenact activities at events bring your art as part of the experience? If so, what was the experience like for you, as if you have participated in Renect?
I love to participate in reenactment. There's one festival here. Me and my husband, we participate in ones like mostly in Denmark, but there's also like all over Scandinavia. There are different types of events, and events that we our friends have. It's usually focused on kind of like Viking reenactment themes. So we try to do it as much as we can, and we love to go to Viking reenactment in our Viking gear with our Viking cups, and just live in the moment. And my favorite thing is just to sit and sew, like just sew something nice. It is so interesting to me because you get the feeling of how it was like in the Viking Age when people didn't have all the other work to do. You know, of course, they had to farm, they had to cook their dinner, and they had to do all of this. But like once you had a little bit of downtime, that's sort of like the vibe I'm imagining, like people in a community doing like little activities together, just sitting and sewing or making some things or cooking together. Like it's definitely one of my favorite things to do every year.
Oh, that's fantastic. So, you love activities like, how can I say, to customize doing some clothes or little pieces,
Yeah.
and doing some experience of cooking in the Renect. I love this part too. I'm not good enough to sometimes to how can I say this, nail binding, or I sometimes I have some little difficult now, but I was trying to understand, to doing more. I have a friend that doing tablet weaving, and I think fantastic when he do very fast, and I was think, oh my god, how do you do this? This is amazing when you do. And I love the experience of cooking too, as you said. I think it's different experience. Did you know, how can I say, he's working with this part of cooking called Daniel Serra? Do you know about this?
I don't know that, but it sounds like something I would be interested in.
Yes, Daniel Serra is he doing experimental archaeology with cooking. Have an interview of him here in the channel, and I think you'll be very interested in that, because he explain a lot of all the elements that are used in that period, what uh, types of, how can I say, ingredients that people think they eating, but it's not comproved that they eat in that period. And he explained the difference of many things that are used in the
Oh, I
receipt.
love that. My Viking reenactment group that I'm a part of here in Iceland is called Rimmugiur, and they go to reenactments around Scandinavia mainly. Like the ones that we mostly go to is Trelleborg in Denmark and Sletten in Denmark also. And my experiencing my experience with that is that they think a lot about how things are made, like what ingredients were used. So that's so interesting to me to hear you say that, because often when we are cooking like the main dinner of the day, they will say like, oh yeah, we had this, we had cabbage, we had carrots, we had this, but we didn't have this or this or this. So they will make authentic cheese made from milk from scratch, and they will make different types of food, like with barley. They use barley quite a lot, and they just they have this passion of cooking it the way it was supposed to, like the way it was done back in the day. And I always think that's very, very nice to see, because we will cook whatever we want, of course, between. But on those days, it's like so fascinating to see all these cooks that have studied and just thought a lot about what could be made with these herbs, with these ingredients and yeah. So I would definitely be interested in watching the interview we were talking about.
Yeah, it's fantastic. I love these activities of Renect too. Is very nice experience, and we do different things that we are not accustomed to do in day to day. But in that experience, we have to the opportunity to learn other activities that was doing the Canadian. This is fantastic experience. I love this type of opportunity too. Uh, in your opinion, what is the outlook for the Nordic tattoo scene in a few years? You see more artists and new opportunities to work with it?
Yes, I do. I know that tattooing has become a little bit concentrated. So it's like there are tattoo shops on every corner. And I notice now that a few of them are closing down and maybe others pop up, but I feel like tattooing has been in a very big boom for the past sort of like 3 to 5 years. And I feel like it's a little bit calming down. And so in the future, I think tattooing will be as prominent as it has been, but maybe like people who are more passionate about tattooing, I think they are the ones that stick. And lots of other artists that just do it as sort of like they kind of want to do it just as a job or as something to try. And those people eventually they decide like, okay, maybe tattooing isn't for me. But the ones that have extreme passion about tattooing, they are the ones that will continue on. So for the future, I think tattooing is just getting more popular by every year. So I don't think it's gonna die down anytime soon or ever, because it's getting more accepted in society, and more people in different fields of work can actually get tattoos now without being judged about it. So I see it as a good sign. I think decorating your body with art is so special, and just having your own expression, like you can change your body however you want, but like you won't not get a job because of it anymore.
Oh, that's amazing. It's fantastic because I saw that we have now principally in that days the North tattoos was, I think, he have this a biggest boom in when they saw that have series and movies that bring these ideas, principally when the series Viking series of the History Channel. uh, we saw that Ragnar and their sons have many tattoos covering the body, and people was very curious about what is this tattoo. I need to find and doing in my body because it's amazing, and it's fantastic now that we saw that the Nordic style tattoo was have this space in the world of tattooing, because we have the other styles, but the Nordic style tattoos are have this gained more and more experience, and people was very curious to have this in their bodies and meeting the history behind of this type of tattoo. And this is fantastic. I think we have uh, a very nice perspective, as you said, about this type of tattoo. Principally the head spoke, because I think people like sometimes to do a traditional tattoo that don't use sometimes something technological, but I think that was a new experience for doing a tattoo, or it's a traditional form that combined with something that was part of the history in
Absolutely.
in many aspects. And Ms. Nero, I would like to thank you for your participation here in my channel. You do have any suggestions regarding materials related to Norse art from the Viking Age, tattoos with this dam, or any websites where people can find more information on this subject?
That's a good question. If they want to learn a little bit about hand poking, I recommend maybe my website. It's habanerotattoo.com, two B's. But with other, I recommend books. There are so many books on the subject, and I always feel learning about Nordic art and things like that. It's always, I don't know, there's something about just like picking up a book and reading it. So I have lots of different books about Celtic art, about Nordic art, Viking art. You can find all of this online. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out some like books from the top of my mind, but nothing is coming up. So I think Google is your friend, but books are definitely the way to go.
Oh, fantastic. Thanks so much again for being here in the channel, participation for this interview. It's amazing to have you here. We have maintained contact to doing this interview, and after 6 months we have this interview, and that was fantastic waiting for doing this, because you are an amazing artist and very with many abilities, and this is amazing knowing people like this, as I am identified with you too. I have ADHD too, and this is fantastic to know people that have this condition, and can I say explain about the experience that have with this, and as you said, your tattoo shop have this site that working to propose some experience that people like us have this comfortable to doing tattoo, and this is amazing. Saw that side too of the tattoo shop, and thanks so much again for sharing your experience with us.
Thank you so much for having me. This was really nice. And I hope you get to come to Iceland, either for the festival or just come and sit in my chair.
Oh, yeah, I have. It's my dream come to Iceland. I need to do an travel to Scandinavia and do to the Iceland, and he saw many cultures that are fun. I have to have this experience too. I will just stop the recording.